Thank you, Stephanie. Before we watch the second video of case study, let me introduce to you the two characters. Please remember them, Chan and Frank. Let us watch the video.
Good, good. This guy seems to know what he's talking about. Why is this guy staring at me? Is there something on my face? I wonder if he's still staring. Whoa, what's up with this guy? Does this guy not need to blink?
Don't you agree? Thank you for the offer. It seems reasonable and well thought out. Please allow me some time to consider it, and I'll get back to you.
No way, weirdo.
Thank you so much for coming. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So what happened in the video? In the beginning of the video, Chan was impressed by Frank's fluency in explaining the business terms and conditions and suggesting that agreeing to the deal would be an easy decision. However, at the end of the video, Chan rejected the business offer politely. So what has changed Chan's business decision in such a short span of time? Easy answer, Frank's stare. Frank's stare has caused a few effects on Chan. Firstly, Frank's continuous stares caused Chan to lose his confidence. It is proven by Chan's feeling of uneasy and insecure about his own appearances, asking himself whether there is something wrong on his face. However, things get even worse as Frank continuously stared onto Chan. This feeling of losing of confidence grew even more into a feeling of being intimidated, which in the end caused Chan to decline politely the business offer. Chan's final business decision contrasts starkly to his initial impression. In the beginning, it seems that Chan is agreeable to the business offer. However, at the end of the business deal, Chan declined politely without even considering the content of the offer. This video illustrates perfectly how a business deal may fall through solely due to the misinterpretation of eye contact. So this leads us into a question: how misinterpretation of eye contact could have occurred. In the Western cultures, eye contact shows signs of confidence, and therefore it is needed when we want to establish connection with other people and we want to persuade other people in a certain way. And this is exactly what Frank intends to do by staring at Chan. However, in the more conservative Asian culture, staring can show a signs of dominance and can be perceived as an aggressive gesture. And this is exactly what Chan is perceiving from Frank's continuous stare. And therefore, it is natural for Chan to feel intimidated by the stare. So what we can recommend in such business discussion situation? Well, there is no definite rule for eye contact in business discussion. In business discussion situations, everything depends on the cultural context of the business clients. In the video, the client is Chan. Therefore, it is Frank's obligation to actually respect and respect and follow Chan's cultural values. Seeing that Chan never replied his eye contact, Frank should be more sensitive and more aware that he should stop his eye contact intermittently. However, if Frank were to be the business client, then it is Chan's obligations to reply the eye contact. Otherwise, he may be deemed as unconfident or inattentive. When we go to Singapore cultures, Singapore has a high cultural diversity. Therefore, it is very useful for us later in the workplace to meet people from Western cultural background as well as Asian cultural background on a daily basis. Therefore, we need to be really adaptable as well as observant in such situations. However, in general, people are uncomfortable with prolonged staring of more than 5 seconds. What we can take away from this case study is that we need to be observant to be able to pick out the eye contact frequency of the other party, and then we mirror the other party's eye contact frequency to avoid any potential misunderstanding. Another thing that we can do if we are uncomfortable at looking at another person directly in the eye is that we can divert our vision to the nasal bridge area. And for the conclusion, I will leave the time for Shabazz. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario and Stephanie. I'm back and I'll be giving you certain takeaway points that you might be finding it useful to use in your day-to-day life. So what have we told you right now? We have shown you 2 different case studies and how it has affected a particular business deal respectively. So what is the first takeaway point we have to take? Respect other cultures. You know cultures, humans are different and they will have different understanding of everything you do or they try to do. So it's very essential for us living in Singapore to respect each other's differences and understand the differences and why they occur and so on. Our second point is to understand the signals. Agreed, there's one way you can respect the cultures, but the next step is to understand the signals they're trying to give you. In the case of Murray versus Anna, Murray was trying to be uncomfortable and she was frowning once or twice. And Anna should have taken those signals and understood the fact that she was uncomfortable with her touching so often. But that doesn't mean that one party is at fault. We also need to adapt to circumstances. Agreed that Murray was feeling uncomfortable, but she has to understand that Anna comes from a different culture, where these touches are just of a friendly nature and nothing more. So when I say that a particular party is at fault in our case study, it's wrong. There is always one way, and that way is everybody needs to compromise. Everybody needs to sacrifice their values and come and find a middle ground where they can actually survive together. People should understand, respect, and adapt each other's cultures. So I would like to conclude our presentation here and show you a slide of references. And the house is open for questions. Thank you so much.
Where did you get the videos?
Oh, from YouTube.
Oh, okay. Very nice videos.
Thank you.
Shabazz, can you go back to your slide? The first slide.
The first slide.
The one where you said, number 1, purest form of discomfort. Yeah, this one. Physical contact is the purest form of discomfort. Can you explain that?
All right. When you are actually in a workplace, when you're actually trying to talk to somebody, and they can either talk to you, or they can touch you, or they can stare at you. For some, these are the 3 points. Either they can do it with their eyes, or with their hands, or they can talk to you. But the purest and the most awkward situations arise when somebody just tries to start touching you here and there. Just trying to pat you, and you feel uncomfortable. Wait, are you trying to demean me? Are you trying to show me that I am subjective to your opinion? So that's what I tried to make sense out of, was that this is a kind of discomfort, and it is pure in the sense that it's got no ulterior motive unless we are not sure of the other person's background as such. So I think I'll become more uncomfortable not by what you're saying or how you're looking at me, but by the moment you start touching me, or the moment you try to hug me, or the moment you try to start shaking hands unnecessarily. You know, I know people who just come and they start talking to you and don't leave a hand while they're talking. I mean, that's making me uncomfortable. I mean, leave my hand, let me explain to you. So it's that case that I was trying to highlight in this particular slide.
But that's from your point of view.
Yeah, that's from
From a different cultural point of view,
yeah.
maybe redundant,
Yeah.
be accepted behaviors.
Agree.
I think what I could elaborate more about the purest form of discomfort is actually, for example, in a high context culture, right? So they avoid being so direct with their verbal signs. And in fact, non-verbal cues play a bigger role. So I think what Shabazz is trying to say is that physical contact is the most obvious one, where you can really feel physically that, oh, I'm being like, maybe, I don't know how to say, like, yeah,
Maybe like you're
being intruded upon. Yeah.
So in case we don't have any more questions, we'll conclude our presentation. Thank you so much for listening to us.